It is not possible. Even if you decide that you will remain inactive, that too becomes a activity. If you decide, I will not get up from the bed, so that thing you are doing, isn't it? So activity is just natural. You cannot remain inactive. So then let the activity happen, whatsoever it is, whatsoever. You just remain attentive, that's all. Now, how you remain attentive, it needs little practice in the beginning, a little practice. Once it is there, it becomes natural. No, you have not to do anything. You have to just keep the remembrance of the breath. It goes out, it comes in. Inhaling, exhaling. You are not doing that. This is not given to you. If it was given to you, then you will say, I will not die. Because I keep on inhaling, exhaling. It is not given to you. But what you can do, and what is the nature, what is your true nature? To be attentive, nothing else. Now, this attentiveness can grow. Wherever you pay your attention, it grows. If you pay attention to your boyfriend or your girlfriend, she is happy or he is happy. If you don't pay attention, what happens? Problem starts. The child is there. What child wants? Attention. What a politician wants? Attention. Everywhere, the whole game is of attention. If you don't get attention, you are uneasy. If you don't give attention, the problem. There is a plant. You give attention, it grows. To a child, you give attention, it blooms, happy. When you don't look at your girlfriend or your wife or your husband, what happens? So the whole, if the attention becomes attentive of the attention, it grows, it blooms. And ultimately, if you are stabilized in that, what you call enlightenment, that happens. Enlightenment means what? Attentiveness. Just natural, spontaneous, without effort, stabilized. Here and now, in the very moment. Attention is always, when unaware, is focused. When it becomes unfocused, then it is like a candle. Have you seen the candle burning? It just is. But when it is moving, it is like a torch. You have seen torch running, ambitious, wants to know, eh? Violent, aggressive, active, doer. But the light of the candle is just is. Become like a candle, not like a torch. When I told you remain unfocused, remaining unfocused means it's like a candle burning silently. Little, enter little into it, and you will start feeling what it is. What a space, what a beauty, what a grandeur, what a mystery. The cool, the softness, the tenderness, the beauty. That is Buddhatva. That is your true nature. But when it becomes focused, everything is destroyed. Beloved, whomsoever, better to call broomsoever. Good word, whomsoever. Leela often experiences social anxiety. She feels shy and very nervous when interacting with people. What is this fear? Where is it coming from? How to deal with it? The best way to deal with it, don't deal at all. Oh, yeah. Neither your anxiety, whether social or unsocial, nor shyness is your true nature, then why? What is this fear? It is nothing. A shadow, assumption, projection. There is a motive. When there is a motive, there is a lot of doership, lot of struggle. The more the struggle, the more the doership, no result comes. Because you are fighting with the shadows. Suppose you come to your home, say now you are here for 40 days, you are going back to your home. Suppose you locked your home and you came here and you go back, you have to unlock the home, you enter, and it is night time. Your plane has arrived at 2 in the night, so you reach home and it is all dark. What do? You put on the light if there is electricity, or you have to burn the candle. You don't fight with the darkness. You cannot do anything direct with the darkness. But in living, we understand all this, but in psychologically, we are not aware of this. Experiences social anxiety. She feels shy and nervous when interacting with people. That is how you are. Just understand, accept that is how you are. A rose flower is a rose flower. And a chameli is a chameli. Genda is a genda. What is called genda in English? Marigold. Marigold is a marigold. Marigold flowers here. So if a marigold wants to become a rose, he will be in difficulty. There are things why they are there. Actually, there is no answer, but you can create false answer. And there are doctors, there are psychiatrists, therapists. They are sitting there. They will say, no, we can work on you. So you go to them. Sometime it works also. The beauty is sometime it works. Oh yeah. Why it works, nobody knows. Sometime you have some problem. Say some sickness, some illness. You go to allopathic path, it does not work. You go to Ayurveda, it does not work. You go to this acupressurist, it does not work. You go to yoga and you learn exercise, it does not work. Sometime something clicks and you are okay. Your problem is okay. Now, how this happens? But everybody claims that he knows it will be cured. Life is totally, totally mysterious. You may think that you know. It is just a thought, but actually you don't know it. There are sufferings in your account which you have to pay. Unless you pay, you are not free. You have your own share of suffering. So you have to go through it. And whatever you do, everything fails. But when the time has come, it will disappear. Maybe there is excuse that the allopath has done, or the acupuncturist has done, or the yoga has done. But that is an excuse. Actually, you have passed the time. When the time is passed, things become normal. You are okay. When you have something like that, you do anything, nothing works. Because you have to suffer. That is your share. And you see, when I am sick or anybody sick goes to a doctor with the hope, with the intention that he will cure it. But you meet doctors, they are so sick you can't imagine. Oh yeah, they cure other people and they are totally sick. High blood pressure and this and that and what not. What kind of doctor they are? They're psychotherapists. We have heard about Freud and many more. He knows everything about anger. He knows everything about sex. Now he was a very honest man, Freud. He knew everything about sex. Now, if woman is passing and he became attracted, he want to push the woman. He could not understand why it is happening to me. If you know, it should not happen to you. But knowing does not solve anything. Life is mysterious, things are mysterious. He knows each and everything. He knows how the anger happens, what chemical, how this, that, how it triggers this and that, and how to control and what not. But when he becomes angry, he's out of control. Social anxiety. If you just accept that is how you are, the God wants you this way, and you have no control over anything. If you see deeply, you will see you have no control on anything. Suppose you are a husband. Have you any control on your wife? Do you have any control on your children? Do you have any control on your parents? Do you have any controls on your workers, employees, or on your boss? If you really see, you will see you have no control. If you have no control, then why you try to control? The same way you want to control yourself. Can you control what you can control? Can you control your snoring? Can you control the emotions, the feeling, the thoughts, the dreams? Then why you are struggling? Why just just be, just be, just be. Be means don't get involved, don't get identified. Just remain as you are. And this is possible because this is natural, because this is your true nature. This is possible, 100% possible. Just be as you are. Okay, social anxiety. Why there is a social anxiety? Because you want something and it is not there. You want this way and it is not there. And you have got idea that it should be like this only. But in nature, nothing is like that. You are you, totally unique. There is no Leela in the whole. Only one. Accepting. Don't take it otherwise because I don't want to use all these kind of words. Acceptance brings transformation, but don't aim at it. If you aim at it, then you remain the same. You can do only one thing: acceptance. This you can do. You may not fall helpless, as Yuji says. Yuji says you can do one thing that you fall helpless. And then he says that too you cannot do. But here, acceptance you can do. There is no need to struggle with it. There is no need to fight with it. You just feel it, understand it, and it is there. You have to do nothing on your part. Being shy, nothing is wrong. She feels, first thing, I yesterday also talked about it. Any feeling is not me. This shyness is not me. When you say it is not me, what remains? You remain as you are, and it is totally complete. It has no leakage at all. When you remain as you are, just be with it. Learn to be with it more and more and more. Whenever there is a chance, just be. And for that, you have to do nothing. It is just a remembrance. And you can remember when there is some feeling, some thought, some emotion, some wants, some wishes, some desire, anything. These things are very helpful. When they are there, immediately you can remember that this is not me. When you say this is not me, what remains? Pure. Then just be it. Just be it. And slowly, slowly, eventually, it will increase. It will become more and more and more and more. In that very being, things may change. I'm not giving you guarantee, but I am sure they will change. Whatever the change will be, it will be for the better. What is this fear? Now, if you want to know about the fear, I have two books. And the name of the book is What is the Fear? Jadev? Stepping out of fear. And the other, Face to Face with Fear and Stepping Out of the Fear. These are two books. And you read them, still the question will be, what is this fear? Very lovely books, written by a great therapist. What was his name? Krishna? Krishna Nanda, not Swami Ananda. And he is Osho Sannyasin, a very good therapist. He talks about fear. When I read first time, long ago, I still have those books. I was feeling also very happy. But does not work, sir. Does not work. Does not work. Fear. What is fear? Fear is a ignorance. And there is a variety of fear, thousands. Maybe everybody has his own kind of fear. Hoja, like you have your own kind of thumb, you have your own kind of fear. He is also unable to bring people out of fear. Very scholar books, lovely books. But I think he's also having fear, at least of his kind. But if you ask me what is fear, it has no existence. That much I know. But that I know, not you. And I don't promise you that you do this and you will be out of fear. No. I will tell you, you are afraid that there is a snake. I will tell you, you just go near to it, see whether there is a snake or not. But you don't want to see what I can do. It is you have to go and see whether there is a snake or not. And you will find there is no snake, it is a rope, and your mind, you are projecting a snake on the rope, and you need something to project. You need some screen, but the very thing is coming from here and projected there. You are afraid there, and you are handling there, and you are not handling here. You have to do something here. And what is that? Just to be, just remember that you are. Just remember that I am. Or ask yourself the very simple question, how do I know that I am? You just ask this question. And at the same time, don't accept any answer that I am Leela, that I am this. This is all bullshit. Just ask, how do I know that I am? And what remains? A state of ignorance, a state of not knowing. A state of not knowing is everything. It is all. It is omnipresent. It is a godly state, divine state. There you alone exist, and there is a peace and joy because there is no other. The result is peace and joy, happiness, nothing missing. So when there is a fear, don't talk about fear. And how it will serve your purpose. What is this fear? You think you are asking first time? Since millennia people are asking that. And all the Buddhas are answering, but the question is there. Fear is ignorance, not knowing what is, not seeing things as they are, just see things as they are. And where is the fear? When you go near and you find it is a rope, the fear is gone. But it may linger for a while, for some time. Because when the momentum starts in the body, it does not disappear immediately. It takes its time to disappear. Now, the momentum, you have thrown a ball. Now, you cannot stop in between until it exhausts its momentum by itself. When the momentum is exhausted, things are wrong. So, when you come to know you were unnecessarily afraid and there was nothing to fear about, but once it is there, then snake, it will bite me, I will die. Eh? It is gone. Now you came to know that there is no snake and there is no question of being afraid. But still, but it will go. Fear remains there if it is not faced. When you escape from it, it follows you like a dog. But if you stand still before the fear, the dog will be confused what to do with this man or woman. Do you know the nature of dogs? By the way, do it. Just a experiment. When you are passing through some street and dogs starts barking, just stand still. Don't do a thing. Don't try to run. Don't try to find a stone to. If you are doing this, then you are putting yourself in trouble. When the dog is barking, you just stand still. Don't react. The dog will get confused because you are not reacting. All the time this was happening with these people. All the time they were barking and I was standing still. These my neighbors. They have given me so much trouble. If I relate the whole story, I think I need 40 days. I let them bark. Sometime Manish is with me. He becomes very angry. Gurudev, how long will you have to tolerate all this? I tell him, just keep quiet, don't worry. But he's bubbling inside, anger. I tell them, just no. How long? 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. I told him, let him continue. He is going to exhaust at some point. They are exhausted or not, Manish. Nirval, our cook, he becomes so furious inside, wants to kill the person. Because sometimes they abuse me also. I just take it as ice cream. Oh, yeah. This wall you are seeing here, just when our camp started, intensive started, just 1 month before, you are seeing these plants are lying there as it is. If we would have got the time, it would have been different this side. Just 1 month. It happened. Otherwise, that wall was not there. It was very near and just this bar bending wire with bar bend wire. So like that. But just now we are sitting with no problem. Because I don't take any problem as mine. I tell him it is your problem. If you are happy, I am happy. If you are happy making me shy, okay. Now I am 5 feet, few inch, maybe 3 inch or 2 inch. So I don't make it a problem that why I am not 5 feet 6 inch at least. You can make it anything, any problem. Then the weakness, then the fear, then all these things are going to be there. Fear is a shadow. When Osho was residing in Jabalpur, he used to run in a garden. There was a garden, big garden, and he used to go there and run backward. not straight, not facing. He is running 1 hour, 2 hour. One day a milkman was passing with his milk cans with the bicycle. He thought there is some ghost. Now only a ghost can run backward. So immediately he left everything and ran away. If he would have been intelligent, he would have seen whether there is really a ghost or not. And what would he have found? Osho, God, the Blessed One. But he became afraid. Now he imagined and projected that it is a ghost. Now where the ghost, is there any ghost? One of the mode of the mind is to assume, to project, to imagine. And what is imagined, what is assumed, it is projected. When it is projected, so you have to go with the consequence. He never found again that milkman. When you face any fear, yesterday I was talking about Nirmal's letter. So in the first letter, he changed his letter. In the first letter, he said, "Dar lagta hai." Now we are always afraid of imaginary things. Fear is nothing but imagination. Just go deep into it. It is all imaginary. You just think about the future, think something which is not there, which is going to happen or not. You are not sure, but somehow you believe that this is going to happen. Then you become afraid. Then you try to solve. Then you try to take some medicine. All bullshit. 99%, okay, forget 90. At least 95%, your fears are imaginary fear. You just watch. Because you don't watch. You just watch. They're just imaginary. What you think is going to happen, not going to happen. There is a 1% chance. 1% or 0.1001. But you think 99% it is going to happen. And now you think that this is going to happen. Okay. Okay, it is going to happen. By the way, it is going to happen maybe after 1 week, after 1 year, after 2 years, after 1 month. But you are suffering now. No, this suffering is an imaginary suffering. You are imagining. You are imagining that your boyfriend will disappear or girlfriend will disappear. She is with you. There is no problem, but just now you are imagining. Now, if you imagine things like that, the fear is going to be there and it is going to suck you like a joke. जोंक क्या होती है? जोंक. जोंक को क्या कहते हैं? There is one animal, we call it jonk. Huh? Leech. Leeching. Leeching. Leech. So leech. A fear is like a leech. It sucks the blood. What is this fear? Any amount of knowledge will not help you. And I don't know what is the fear because I don't see any fear. हो जाए. Many things I don't know. What I don't know, I don't know. I don't pretend that I know. This I don't know. Where is it coming from? If it is not real, where it will come? How to deal with it? Just relax, Leela. Simply relax. Don't create panicky. Just little remembrance. First, you remember how do I know that I'm just to question your own existence. Who is afraid? Who is in fear? The moment you say, how do I know that I am? You are going to remain. You are. You are not going to disappear. But immediately you are disassociated with what is totally false. When you are disassociated, you are at home, you have no problem. And when you remember, how do I know that I am? The mind will answer in many thousands ways. Don't accept any answer, reject all the answer, remain in that state, I don't know state, a state of not knowing. That is the biggest, highest, the absolute state. Beloved Gurudev, when sitting silently and meditating, at one point Ravi feels he was not able to move further. When Ravi feels, now Ravi is feeling something. I told you, whatever you feel, whatever you think, whatever you know, whatever the memory, the experience, the knowledge, just disclaim. This feeling is not me. You question, how do I know that I am? Who is feeling? This is one way. Or you say, this is not me. Now, when you say this is not me, you are separate from it. Now you just be for a moment. So change the way of thinking, the way of seeing, the way of knowing, the way of feeling. Point Ravi feels he was not able to move further. Where you have to move further? If you are sitting silently, when sitting silently and meditating, at one point Ravi feels he was not able to move further. Where you have to move? See, this is imagination. Now you are sitting silently. It simply means you have not to move. But you are told or you have understood that you have to move further. Where further? Means you are sitting silently here and you have to move further and come here. Then come here. Means you are not doing chakra meditation. There are fools who are teaching and there are fools who are learning. Chakra meditation. But chakra meditation. You just are, that is the meditation. Chakra meditation, Vishuddha chakra, Agya chakra. Any chakra brings you only one point. What is that point? What is that point? Okay, tell me what is that point? That you are, that I am. All chakra disappears here. This is the real chakra. Everything disappears. When everything disappears, then you are and nothing is. Just you are and nothing is. And if you stabilize in this, you can say, Aham Brahmasmi. I am that I am. You can declare. Then all is in you. You are in all. Mind is vicious. It likes vicious ways. Mind wants to know each and everything. What they call pendulum therapy. And Tibetan healing. What is that? Rupa, you do. What is that? Huh? Tibetan eye reading and what not. Mind loves all that kind of stuff. It has created that stuff and it loves now. It goes on moving from chakra to chakra to chakra. There are not only 7 chakras, infinite chakras. Just be. Just remember that you are and just be, and the whole story is finished. You are really a Buddha, maybe unrecognized. हो जाए, but you want recognition that I am a Buddha. Huh? People should come and bring me into the TV screen. The whole world should know. This is the thing, my dear. See, just see. You just are. Stay. Stay with it. Be. Now you are saying when sitting silently, was not able to move further. Forget to move further. Just forget to move further. Just be. In this being, everything will happen by itself and grass will grow by itself. Sitting silently, doing nothing, seasons come and brings the fruit, not the grass. But that fruit you are not going to eat. It is for others. Oh, yeah. नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपने फल A river never drinks its own water and a tree does not eat its own fruit. कैसी सुंदर लाइन है रुक्मणी क्या करूं यार मैं अब नीरजा भी चला गया सर्चिंग तो इतनी वेट नहीं कर तब तक तो आदमी निकल जाता है In one of your talk, Ravi has listened the phrase take a jump. As I cannot take a jump, then to whom it is referring or saying to jump. This is the way of talking. When I say take a jump, what it means. Now listen, you are, a moment comes when you stay in this you are-ness, or I would like to call it M-ness. In this M-ness, there is nothing to watch. No objects are there, no mental objects. When you close eyes, the object disappears. But in closed eyes, the mental objects comes on the screen. Okay? What objects are there? So they are there in the forms of memories or desires, anger, jealousy, or something is there. So those object appears. So when you stabilized in the emness, object disappears. Now there is nothing on the screen, just nothing. What happens? When there is nothing on the screen, you fall asleep. Oh yeah. Because mind has no activity. It is not occupied, it is totally free. And it is has the habit to do something or not. So nothing to do, nothing to watch. You are closing the eye and there is nothing to watch. When there is nothing to watch, you just are. That is what I got. You just are. Now, if you stay put there, if you just remain spontaneously, it will take roots. There are no roots, but it will take roots. Don't take it literally. Try to catch the essence. Because words are always cheating. Hmm? Stay. Now you are not aware of anything. Anything. No memory, no desire, no thoughts, no feelings, no sensation, nothing. You just are self-effulgent, knowing itself, remaining aware of your own existence. You just are. When there is no activity, when there is nothing to know, nothing to perceive, nothing to watch, what will happen? Slowly, slowly, the knower will disappear if you don't fall asleep. If you fall asleep, then nothing. But if you remain awake silently, passively, effortlessly, and if you can endure it, for a few people, they cannot endure this state. So they have to become more and more mature by practice. That is what the word practice enters. By practice, by persistent, they sit, they remain, they be. Eventually, it grows. So you just are. Now knowing nothing but knowing oneself. Knowing the knower. The knower has disappeared. The pure knowing. Pure knowing. Just knowingness, knowing nothing. Not this, not that. Just knowingness. In this knowingness, slowly, slowly, the very knower who is knowing will also melt, dissolve. And then there is a pure knowingness without a knower. First you are knowing that, then you are knowing this, then that is gone, this is also gone. What remains? The capacity to know, the pure energy to know. Just be, just remain. Now everything is spontaneous. Now the grace will take care, the God will take care, and everything has disappeared. There is only pure light. We call it light, but it is a light of knowing. Just knowingness, knowing nothing, just knowing, just knowing. This is what we call samadhi. In samadhi, the knower, the known, and the knowing all becomes one. When you return, other factors are involved. When you return, suddenly you feel that there was no time, there was no space. Where they disappear. As you appear from this samadhi state, again you experience time and space, but there is no time, there is no space. This time and space comes with the mind. It is the product of the mind. In actuality, there is no time, there is no space. But mind cannot function if there is not a concept of time and not a concept of space. It cannot function. Slowly, slowly, you will understand what is this illusion and how it is happening. Once you know, you are not the same person. Though you look the same, nothing is changed apparently, but everything deep down is changed. The whole perspective is changed. So when I say take a jump, when one in amness state, and this amness also wants to disappear at some moment. When it disappears, it becomes isness, first thing. It is no more personalized at all. First is I am. Just now we experience only I and not am. Meditation means I is dissolved and amness has bloomed. You don't feel the I, but you feel the amness, the existence. There is a slightly touch of person with this amness. The boundaries are merged. No surety where is the boundary in this state. But if you remain, this amness becomes isness. You are all. Sufi calls it Allah. There is no God but God, whatsoever is. is God. If you remain in this isness state, it again thins out, it again expands and becomes no isness. Buddha called it anatta. The first experience isness, then noiseness. Then this noiseness is like emptiness, nothingness. Out of nothing, out of emptiness comes isness, out of isness comes emness. When emness is identified with the body, it becomes person. Even if you stay in that emptiness, nothingness, then both disappears. Isness also disappears and noiseness also disappears. That is the absolute state. That is the absolute state, the supreme state. Why isness and not it isness? Because to explain the opposite is needed, the background is needed. If there is a isness, it is simply that there should be a background of it, and that is noisiness. But when both disappears, now that is unthinkable, unexpressible. One cannot conceive what it is, one cannot say what it is. It is called anivarchaniya, undescribable. So when I say jump, it simply means don't be afraid. You have not to do anything. You just, in your psyche, you just remain that whenever it happens, you will not come back. You will not be afraid. That is the meaning. You will just, will not become conscious. Here, many people reach sometime, but then they get afraid. Now take a jump. How to say? So words are used, but words are always misunderstood, and there is no other language to explain it. There is only this language. How to say it? As I cannot take a jump, then to whom it is referring or saying to jump, I have explained to you. Though you said if Gurudev has not read this letter, don't give, but still I read it. Ravi needs your help, Guru.